This is TOS Television, your digital-first Pan-African news network. I am Abigail Okwade, and this is Africa Now. A public health emergency has been declared in Uganda after the detection of polio, following the confirmation of lab samples in the capital Kampala, the Ministry of Health disclosed on Tuesday. Director General of Health Services Dr. Henry Imwebesa, in a statement, attributes the resurgence of polio to reduced immunization rates in the country due to COVID-19 and importation of the virus due to constant cross-border movement involving countries currently affected by polio. Now to election matters. Libya's Elections Commission on Tuesday has closed its online voter registration portal ahead of the national poll set for December, with some 2.83 million people in the North African country signed up to vote. Commission head Imlai Al-Sayeh, speaking to journalists, says citizens overseas have been invited to register from Wednesday onwards. Despite months of relative peace since the overthrow of dictator Muammar Gaddafi in 2011, Libyans remain at odds over when the election should be held, which elections, and on what legal basis it should be held. President Yoweri Museveni has expressed Uganda's readiness to provide assistance, including temporary hosting to some 2,000 Afghans affected by the current crisis of the Taliban seizing power from the Afghanistan government on Sunday. Uganda hosts one of the largest refugee populations in the world, nearly 1.5 million according to the United Nations, mainly from neighboring South Sudan and the Democratic Republic of Congo. The new Afghan arrivals will be tested for COVID-19 before they are sent to isolation centers. The United States is to cover these costs. Up to 47 people, including 3 minors, are missing and suspected to have died after their boat encountered engine trouble on the passage from Western Sahara to Spain's Canary Islands, according to the United Nations Migration Agency on Tuesday. From January 1 to July 31, at least 7,531 people reached Spain's Canary Islands from Western Africa, according to Spanish government figures, a 136% rise compared with the same period in 2020. Now to serve in Tanzania's foreign missions, President Samia Suluhu on Tuesday made 3 new appointments of ambassadors. LCCR Kanza is appointed as Tanzania's ambassador to the United States, whereas Mahmoud Thabit Kombo has been appointed ambassador to Italy. Also on the list is Lieutenant General Yakub Hassan Mohammed, who has been appointed Tanzania's ambassador to Turkey. This is your digital-first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. You are watching Africa Now. We move to business after the break. Just stay tuned. Welcome back. In business. Since last April, Angola has granted a total of $894 million in credit to the real economy, the National Bank of Angola announced on Tuesday. On Monday, since the National Bank issued a notice in April last year, a total of 284 credits were disbursed to the real sector of the Angolan economy, with 205 of them being effective disbursements, reads the statement by the BNA. The National Bureau of Statistics says inflation in Nigeria dropped to 0.37% to 17.38% in July from 17.75% recorded in June. The NBS disclosed this in its Consumer Price Index July 2021 report released on Tuesday in Abuja. According to the report, the figure implies that prices continued to rise in July, but at a slower pace than it did in June. Now, Botswana needs a budget of an extra $1.13 billion which is $100 million to secure COVID-19 vaccines and equipment as the Southern African country battles a third wave of infections, Finance Minister Peggy Serame told Parliament on Tuesday. The extra money is also triple the sum originally allocated in February to fight the coronavirus, but 70% of this money had already been depleted by July, Serame told lawmakers. The amount is required for the procurement of medical supplies, mainly vaccines and associated medical items such as syringes, needles, and surgical masks. Libya on Tuesday announced plans to reopen its border crossing and resume flights with neighboring Tunisia that were closed earlier in July amid rising COVID-19 infections of the Delta variant. Prime Minister Abdul Hamid Dbeibah, in instructions issued to the Interior and Transportation Minister, stressed the need to take protective measures against the COVID-19 pandemic. The National Center for Disease Control says the country's total caseload now stands at 286,894, including 208,551 recoveries and 3,956 deaths. And in sports, the Super Eagles of Nigeria have been grouped in Group D with Egypt, Sudan and Guinea-Bissau in the 2021 edition of the African Cup of Nations. The tournament is scheduled to hold in Cameroon between January 9 and February 6, 2022. The dates were changed twice, first because of fears that torrential seasonal rains could affect the tight schedule, and then because of the coronavirus pandemic. And that is Africa Now. For more updates, to visit our website at www.costvnetwork.com. Follow us and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. To stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Abigail Ukmade. Thanks for watching.